at Vantage Migration, we do not handle people going for undergraduate studies. We handle university graduates, people who have bachelor's or HND minimum. Or even if you have masters, we work with you. Hey, okay. So today I have more study abroad questions to answer for you. Yeah. Okay. So this is Dr. Linda Iheme. Once again, I'm here to answer some of the questions that people asked on this page. Okay, so we got them together and I'm here to answer them, to give you in-depth clarifications. Again, if you actually want to get one-on-one clarification about your question, you know what to do, right? The best thing is to chat me inbox, okay? However, for people who drop it on the page, most times we don't reply them, but we just come to life like this and make it so that everybody can just hear. So listen, because your question may just be answered. All right. I have just a couple here. I'm not going to waste your time today. Just have a couple. Look at to answer, right? So the question that I have here said, "Hello, doc. What about schools asking for GRE?" So I would imagine that this person is asking about the GRE exam, whether they need it or not. I would say that some people need GRE, some people don't. Most times, like 92% of people don't need it. That kind of range. Only few people, especially people going for like management courses, management courses, finance courses, economics. A lot of time, a school may ask them for GRE. But if it is normal course, you're going for public health, you're going for biochemistry, you're going for biomedical sciences, you're going for mechanical engineering, you're going for humanities, you're going for, general course, you're going for law, most times they won't ask you for GRE. Okay, so most people do not need GRE. Only few people will be asked to provide GRE. However, there is a catch. When you are asked to when you are asked to provide GRE or GMAT, you can negotiate with the school. So, Advantage Migration will teach you negotiation tactics that students over and over again have been using to get GRE and GMAT waiver. Not 100% of the schools are going to waive the exam for you once you use the negotiation tactics. But out of 10 that you contact with those negotiation tactics, what will happen is that at least 2, 3, 4 of them will waive the exam for you. Recently, someone very close to me got an MBA program. The school gave her a conditional admission, asked her to provide GMAT. Using the negotiation tactics, she fired them back. Boom, 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 boom. What do you think happened? Back and forth email. A few days later, her unconditional admission letter came, meaning they removed the GMAT for her, right? So it is 100% possible, I am sure. I'm telling you what I know, what people have done, and what you can do. So never you think that when a school asks you for GMAT or GRE, you will not be like, some people be like, I talk them. I tell them, say, they go ask me for this thing. Hey, that is the time to start your negotiation instead of perambulating. So, only very few people need GRE, and even when a school asks you for GRE, for those people, there is still waiver. All right? Okay, next question. How do you cope with the situation of 3 kids if you are not coming with a spouse? Please enlighten me, as this has always been my major concern about relocation. So right now, I interviewed a lady recently. She traveled with 2 kids. When she was traveling, one was 10 months. No, when she applied for her visa, at least, one was 10 months old, the other one was like 3 years old. When she arrived, I'm not sure of the exact timing. However, she's in Canada. The last time I spoke to her, these were her words. Well, maybe not exactly, I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, Dr. Linda, I have to come back to your live session to tell people how I have been coping with my kids. Because she kept telling me how the schools like her school was like very understanding, offering her more help, more scholarships. Even the daycare that we usually say, oh, daycare is expensive. She said she applied for like some scholarship for daycare. Listen very well. Listen. She applied for some scholarship for daycare. They told her that this particular scholarship is for permanent residents and citizens. She now said later on they found out that there was another funding, another money that she qualified for. That was how they gave her the scholarship, the daycare scholarship, and it drastically dropped the price she's paying for daycare. So of course, if your child is still at the daycare stage, if your child is like roughly 4 years, they are going to be going to school while you go to school. So you take them out in the morning, they'll enter the school bus, they'll go to school. You will go to school, attend your lectures. You will come home or go to their school, as the case may be, and pick them up when they close. That is how people cope. But let me ask you a question. How do you think women in Canada, hope you've not forgotten that women in Canada, they give birth too, and a lot are even without their husband. How do they cope? Think about it. If you are a Canadian and you are here, you have 3 kids, how do you cope? Even the country where you live right now, it's not easy to cope with 3 children without their parents. How are you coping? That is exactly, or with just little adjustments, that is how you're going to cope when you come. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. A lot of people, like, you will envisage that the problem will be like this. When you come, you see that the problem is just like this compared to how you were thinking about it. It does not mean that it's easy. It's not a walk in the park, because being a mother is not easy. It's not a walk in the park for anybody. Even if you have 1 kid, it's still not easy. Talking of 3, Abby. But the hardness is not any different from what you're already going through. You have 3 kids, you're probably still taking them to school now. You have to wake up in the morning, wake up early, and bathe 3 of them. Abby. So, but it is manageable, it is doable. That's what I have to tell you. By the way, I think specifically, maybe this week, I'm expecting a mother of 3 to Canada. She's coming along with 3 kids. I know she has been stressing out trying to get the housing and everything. I say again, it's not a walk in the park, but is it possible? Yes. They will arrive here on Friday. As of when I'm doing this video, today is Wednesday. They are going to be arriving on Friday, March 18th. As of when I'm doing this video, in case you see this clip, not today. So humans are doing it. People are doing it. Are you telling me all those people are better than you? Now what for you? Even you don't believe in yourself. Okay, let's look at another question. Somebody said, can you explain life as regards after graduation from the UK, getting a British passport with the family? This is too much for you to worry about. You're overthinking. You're overthinking. You've not gotten admission. You've not gotten visa. You've not started studying. You've not even finished. You want to know how you get British passports with your family. Guy, relax. Hey, Joe, you don't do, take it easy. it's like it's like somebody saying, I think this is trying to be like, my mom told me that when they gave birth to me, when I was just very small, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, I used to tell them that I'm not a big girl. If only I knew this is what being a big girl is, I would have stayed small, I tell you. So, hey, it's like asking somebody. Imagine, let me give you an example, a typical example. Imagine a 10-year-old girl comes to you. You are the auntie, you are the uncle, or you are the parents, right? A 10-year-old girl comes to you and says, mommy or daddy or uncle or auntie, as the case may be, how will I give birth when I get married? What will you tell the person? What will you tell the person? As if it's a 10-year-old girl comes to you. You are the uncle or the auntie or the mom or the father, right? Auntie, uncle, mommy, daddy. How will I give birth when I marry? What will you tell the person? You'll just be like, only, like, in fact, Only somebody that does not even really have sense like that, right? In a way, you know what I mean? That will go and say when you get married, hey, you stay like this, hey, your husband will stay like this, you will not be like this, hey, this will happen. Why will you even do that? You know, to a small girl, you will just confuse the person. In fact, the girl will start fearing men. You will never near men again. You know what I mean? Like you will not do that. What will be your answer? Let me even ask you. Right now, you're listening to me. A 10-year-old girl, you're a graduate. You're the uncle, you're the auntie, you're the mom, you're the dad. A 10-year-old girl comes to you, okay, and asks you this question: how will I give birth when I marry? What would be your answer? How many of us here are going to explain to the child how population occur, how childbearing, how a baby? No, 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 no. You will tell the child, don't worry. When you get there, you cross it, right? Even though there is actually an explanation step by step, but you will not do that. So, for the person that is asking me how they're going to get British passport with their family, relax. Relax. Start by getting admission. Get your visa. Relocate first. That's first step. When you are there, you see how other people did it. You'll be able to do it. So that you will remove confusion from your head. Okay? May not say that Dr. Linda kill you. Okay? Now, another person said, please, doctor, can a woman travel with her kids on study visa if the husband is currently not available to travel? Yes. You can travel with your family, which is your husband alone, your children alone, your husband and children, or your wife and children, as the case may be. It is not compulsory that your spouse or your children must go with you. Some women will be like, or some men as well, will be like, I want to go alone. Later on, I will come for my family. That is also acceptable. So it is you who decide. The embassy does not decide that for you. Okay? It is you who decide. Embassy does not decide that for you. Okay, somebody said, doctor, I need answers as regards ND. Is it possible to study abroad on scholarship with ND? Even if you get scholarship, it will be small, right? Depending on what the school is offering. If you have ND, you can apply for BSc abroad. You can apply for advanced diploma abroad. The only thing is that at Vantage Migration, we do not handle people going for undergraduate studies. We handle university graduates, people who have bachelor's or HND minimum. Even if you have masters, we work with you. I'm just saying minimum, you have to have a bachelor's or HND. And you want to go for postgraduate diploma, postgraduate certificate, master's or PhD abroad, then that is when we work with you. So yes, you can relocate abroad, but not really through Vantage Migration, okay? Vantage Migration. Anywhere in the world. How many people have heard our song? Okay, by the way, let me return to answering the questions. I think this person also asked a question. Say, can somebody that studied in a polytechnic get admission? It depends on what you studied. So, if you studied like if your highest level of education is ND, as I explained, you can apply for advanced diploma, you can apply for BSc. If your highest level of education in the polytechnic is HND, okay, you can apply for master's direct in some countries, you can apply for postgraduate diploma abroad in some countries. So it's not a problem. I've also heard some people ask me the question of, if they need to do if they need to do postgraduate diploma before they can apply for masters abroad. No, you can. Some countries will allow you to apply for masters direct, others will allow you to apply for postgraduate diploma direct. You do not need to first go back to your country, do postgraduate diploma before you start applying for schools abroad. With your HND certificate and HND being your highest level of education, you can get masters abroad in some countries. You can get postgraduate diploma abroad in some countries. So it is not a problem. I would say come to Vantage Migration, go to www.vantagemigration.ca and start with our free webinar. If you have more questions, chat me inbox on especially my Instagram, which is a verified page at Dr. Linda Iheme, like my full name written together. It's a verified page. We'll be able to answer any other question you have or that is left hanging. Another question is it possible for a spouse that does not have any mentioned grade, like he or she does not have any university qualification or polytechnic grade, to follow their spouse to travel abroad. Yes, if you're a student and you're relocating with your family, your husband or your wife does not need to have qualification. Like, yours is enough for them to relocate with you. Yours is enough for them to relocate with you. By the way, I was talking to a lady recently. I think she said her husband is a soldier or something like that. And she was talking, I was telling her that it may be tricky for the husband being a soldier. So, and I asked her, I asked her, I said, what about you? You can get admission and then travel with your husband. So you become the principal applicant, right? You travel with your kids, you travel with your husband, so that it's like the weight is on you, not on the husband. She now said, she replied me, it was an email we were chatting. She replied me, she said, oh, Dr. Linda, sometimes I forget that you need to have a human being. I laughed. I say, hey, woman, I can understand. So, some people, they are so worried. My husband does not have degree, does not have this, does it mean we can't travel? You as the woman, you can use your own degree, your own certificate to cover the rest of your family. Okay? Don't see yourself less. Okay? So that's possible. And by God's grace, that lady, she's going to, take our program, apply for herself, apply for admission for herself. Then once her admission is out, she's able to apply for her family. Even if she wants to go first, so that she's already there when she's not inviting her husband over. All these things are all like things she can do, right? Excellent. Okay, more questions. So somebody said, can someone already in medical school in Ukraine transfer to Canada on scholarship? Well, you will have to contact the school directly. We don't really deal with transfer students, but contact the school you want to apply to directly. They'll be able to provide you with the right answers. Before I continue answering these questions, do you know that my team prepares this? When I'm reading it to you, it's actually before, like when I'm seeing the question for the first time, really. Like, I will see this, right? But I don't go reading it. So as I read it, they will answer. Some people will think I prepared all these answers. No, I didn't prepare them. Okay? So somebody said, how true is it? I was told I needed 2 years work experience to get a master's scholarship. It's not true. You can get a master's scholarship if you have been working. You can also get a master's scholarship even if you have not been working. Work experience is good, but it does not mean that without work experience, you cannot get scholarship. That would be fake information. All right? All right? All right? All right? Okay, more questions. Again, somebody is saying, I have a diploma in nursing. Can I apply for study abroad? You have a diploma in nursing. Yes, you can study abroad. You can apply for advanced diploma abroad. You can apply for BSc abroad. It's just that Vantage Migration, we handle graduates who are going for postgraduate studies. So, yes, you can relocate abroad, but you will not be able to work with Vantage Migration because we work with graduates only. All right? Let's see. So, somebody said, please, can a widow with 2 children relocate via study abroad, like relocate with study abroad loan? Yes, it's possible. Like, sometimes when we add all this, can a widow with 2 children? It does not mean anything. You're a widow. Nobody will ask you to bring your husband, your marriage certificates. Do you get what I mean? Before they give you study loan. So whether you're a widow or not, even the loan body does not know and does not care to know. Whether you're a widow or not, the school will not ask you. The school does not need that information in order to give you admission. Do you see? So it's like we've complicated the question by saying, can a widow? Nobody cares. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like, it doesn't impact your application. If I'm single, I submit application, and you are married or divorced or widow, and you submit application, there's no difference. So don't complicate the matter by saying I'm a widow. It does not matter. All right. Now the other one is I have kids. If you have kids, we don't ask you whether you have children or not before they give you admission. Now let's go to, can the person relocate with study loan? Yes. As somebody going abroad, if you want study loan for yourself or for yourself and family, or just at least to cover the family portion, since the scholarship will oftentimes cover only you, 100%, you can use study loan for yourself and for your family. So the whole point is that the person said, as a widow with 2 kids, can I relocate or study loan? I'm trying to explain that those parameters that have been attached to the question to make it look complicated actually means nothing, right? What happens is that what matters is that you're a human being trying to relocate abroad. You have a family, that's it. You can use study loan, yes. All right? Go to www.vantagemigration.ca. Attend our free webinar, and if you have any other question, chat us inbox. That's how to get started. Woo! All right. Someone said, can I get a scholarship to study MBBS? These questions are very similar to the ones I answered before. But can I get a scholarship to study MBBS? Most likely not. And if you will have a hard time getting loan that will cover MBBS 4 years for you. Preferably, if you're a graduate, relocate abroad via the masters. That's get masters abroad on full scholarship, relocate, study the masters, become a permanent resident, and apply for MBBS or medicine and surgery, as it's called. Apply for it, you get the admission. At that point, you may get scholarship, you may get government grants, you may get government loan. Whatever the case is, you'll be able to fund it. So for people that are graduates looking to study medicine, I advise them to go through masters first. Relocate abroad instead of from your country apply for MBBS. Even when they give you admission, you will see that the school fees is too high. We're looking at a school fees of $50,000 to $100,000 per year for a 4-year course. Except you have the money. If you have the money, please, because by all means, do your application. I'm not the one pronouncing poverty on you, because if you have your money, do your application. But if you don't have your money, understand that that's not the end of life. Apply for masters, get scholarship, and then be able to travel. Someone said, please, I don't understand what you mean by study loan. Study loan means you got admission. Let's say, for example, the school fees is $10,000. The school did not give you scholarship, meaning you have $10,000. You have to pay $10,000, right? Now, you don't have the money. You can get an organization to give you that money to pay your fees. When you graduate, you start paying this organization back small. That's what study loan means. Oh my God, I can't even believe I explained study loan like that. So easy to understand, right? Oh, give me some stars. At least for this study loan that I explained like this. Even me, I'm happy. Oh my God. Oh, give me some stars. Drop some stars if you have been enjoying what we've been talking about. Drop some stars for me, okay? So, for you that you're watching right now, this is Dr. Linda Iheme, an educational consultant with Vantage Migration. Myself and my team, we train graduates who want to relocate abroad on how to secure admission, scholarship, study loan abroad, right? And every other thing they need in order to successfully relocate. When I say that, I actually mean that sometimes students take our training, they need one assistance or the other. They will email us, we'll be able to help them, we'll be able to talk to them, sometimes we go as far as booking a video consultation with the student if it's something that cannot be resolved via email, right? So, sometimes a student has something to negotiate with the school. At least we can point in the right direction. I have students who we get maybe supervisor or school interview. They will email me and say, Dr. Linda, I know you taught us about interview in class. How exactly? But please, do you have any other advice? So I will email them. I'll say, okay, do like this, do like this, do like this. So sometimes there are things in between. All right, there are things in between that we assist the student with, and all these things we assist them at that point for free. Right? Once you're a Vantage student, you're already a Vantage student. Any assistance here and there that you need, if it's something we can offer, we offer it to you, and you don't need to come and start paying. Of course, minus few things that are things that the company already offer for a fee. Those ones are separate. But let's say somebody needs help, somebody needs strategy. Sometimes I've seen myself, I'll be on a call with a student, right? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. All that credit is on me. You get what I mean? International credit for that matter is on me. And God, I'm sure you must have figured out I can talk for Africa. I can talk for Africa. So, when I get on a call with you, go spare your life. You're living there in 2 hours. Go spare your life. Okay. To cut the long story short, this study abroad thing, this relocation is possible. But you have to pull the trigger. That the procrastination is holding you. You have to pull the trigger. You have to pull it. Pull that trigger. Do it. Start. Press that button. Click the submit button. Button to chat with us. Right? You have to pull the trigger. What is it that is keeping you? You have to pull the trigger. Without pulling that trigger, you will stay where you are. You will see some people. You will know that it's fear that is holding them back. Fear has paralyzed them. Like from the way they were talking, they will say something like, but what if, like, just that same person that was asking, hey, how will I get, what was the person asking for? How will I get citizenship? It's fear. That is fear manifesting itself in words. Because the person knows what they will do today, but they don't have the strength to do it. So they want to come and spend time figuring out what will happen in step 20. But you know step 1, you have not done step 1. Fear has paralyzed you. Are you paralyzed by fear? Pull the trigger. Pull it. Some people, fear paralyzes them because they are afraid to make mistakes. When you make mistake, what happens? You learn from it. Then you get better. Let me give you this story. This is a funny example to give, but I want to give it to you because it happens for real. Okay. So one day I was with someone. I was with a friend. So this friend was complaining that I think there were people that scammed the friend. Right? They called her and they were like, "Oh, I'm calling from the bank. You send money to this person." It was a very complicated fraud. You send money to this person. So no, somebody see the way the fraud went. Let me tell you the full story so that you understand. They sent money into her account. So you will not be suspecting fraud, though. You won't be suspecting fraud. So she did not know. So when they sent the money into her account, so she saw the money. Money into her account. How come? So another person now called from the bank. It's not from bank, or it's fake. Called from the bank and said, somebody mistakenly sent money into your account. You will need to transfer it back. You know, the normal person, the person was like, yeah, okay, sure. What do I do? That's how they now told the lady that, oh, we'll send you a link, just click on it to, so because they sent money into her account, she was not thinking of fraud. Normal fraud people will ask you to send them money first. So that's how she clicked so the person pretending to be the banker now said, press this code, enter it on your phone. Boom, money left her account. So when the money left her account, it's more money than she wanted to put out, right? She now say, more money left into my account. Oh, the person now say, oh yeah, I see. Let us transfer it back. For us to transfer it back, put this code. She put another code. More money left her account. She's like, what's happening? They now say, oh, sorry, let's rectify it. For us to rectify it, press this code. This thing was happening in split of seconds. Not split of seconds, split of minutes, meaning in few seconds. You can see what I mean, right? Anybody who is not thinking, or if you have not heard this story before, you may easily fall for it. But guess what? When the person was telling me, I said, this as fraud literacy program. Take the money you lost as fraud literacy program. So that next time, if somebody call you like that, now you know how to prevent it. And they did this until they cleared the money in the person's account as of then. It was so sorrowful. Now, fast forward to this present day. I remember one time the person was talking to me and said, oh, somebody tried to do this. They said I should press this. I said no. I was laughing. I said, oh, that the money you lost for that thing have taught you lessons. Why am I saying this? Everything that happened to you in life, you can learn from it. Some people have been paralyzed with fear, but paralyzing yourself with fear is not going to help your future at all. Somebody told me, said, a scammer scammed me, took my money and everything. This is why I no longer want to do anything online. I laughed. I said, the scammer scammed you of your money. But guess what? You are allowing the scammer to also take your future away. The scammer scammed you of your money, but you are allowing the scammer to take your future away. When I was relocating abroad, I got a supervisor that gave me thousands and thousands of dollars. How did we communicate? Email and video call when he called me for interview. That was and he paid thousands and thousands of dollars. With his money, I was able to use it as proof of funds, right? In form of scholarship as proof of funds. So it's online. I emailed him online. He emailed me back online, right? So don't allow somebody steal from you material things and also steal your future. You must trample upon your fear, but what? Proceed with caution. Verify if you need to. On our Facebook page, the header of that Facebook page. Does anybody, if you're watching me live on Facebook, do you know what is written on the header of our Facebook page? The cover photo, not the one that is round though. The cover photo on our Facebook page, on my Facebook page. Do you know what is written there? Who knows? Tell me. If you've been following for a long time, tell me. Who knows? If you don't know, check it. Once you drop this, you check it. Who knows what is written on the cover of my Facebook page? It is written there. Yes, you are going to see people that will tell you, I was chatting with this person, I was chatting with this person, I was chatting with this person. Go check the cover of my Facebook. If you're watching me live now, at least check the cover of my Facebook page and you'll see what is there. Check. If somebody is able to write it, fine. You see what is there. Check for yourself. Do not be paralyzed with fear. Don't let somebody steal from you and also steal your future. Verify, do whatever you need to do to make sure you are talking to the right person and take action. Even if, God forbid, you make a mistake, let it draw your ear very well. Then you proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. Do not proceed. Proceed with caution. That is what you need to do. Do not allow yourself to be paralyzed by fear. Fear is snatching a lot of people's dream from them. I'm asking what is written on the image. The image, not the name of the handle. The image. My cover photo. Some people don't know what cover photo is. People are repeating the name of my handle. Cover photo. What is written on the image? Anyways, people that are asking how can they start, if you want to start, attend our free webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. Okay? If you want to contact me, chat me inbox. That would be the best way. Make sure you're chatting the account that has over 100 and something thousand followers, right? And look at the group, the page header on Facebook. You see what we wrote there. It's for your own information. All right? Do whatever you have to do to protect yourself. Do whatever you have to do to protect yourself. All right, my people. Thank you so much. I will be leaving you right now.